My name is Erica Rono. My first name is spelled Erica. Last name is Roonoe, and I'm Victor's sister.
Now, Erica, obviously it's been some time since this incident happened. What have the emotions been like since then and now hearing that the suspect has finally been arrested? What's been going through your mind?
Honestly, it's a big relief. I mean, I'm happy that he's finally been caught and, he's going to pay for what he did.
Right. And obviously it's been 4 months now, and I can only imagine that's taken a toll on you and your family. Can you kind of describe, how this lengthy process has been, a bit much?
It's been really tough. I mean, it was hard to go through the holidays and whatnot without my brother. We miss him a lot.
Now, when I was speaking with the police department, they were telling me that obviously, with these situations, it's hard because you have to wait for this blood work to come back and, all this data and these search warrants and things like that. Do you think there should be more done in these certain situations to kind of expedite that process to keep criminals like this off the street?
Yeah, I mean, this happened Halloween night, and here we are, the end of February. So, he got to spend the holidays with his family and whatnot, and we didn't get to spend the holidays with our brother.
Now, obviously, you were telling me about how those holidays have been hard, but, talk to me a little bit about, the relief side of things that now this criminal has been taken off the streets.
I mean, I finally got to see his charges and I got to see his picture online. It's good to put a face to, who actually killed my brother. Like I said, he was killed on Halloween night. It was actually his favorite holiday. He was on his way to work that morning, and from what I hear, this gentleman was leaving a methadone clinic.
Now, obviously, a lot of this, I assume has been a lot in the circumstances as well. The suspect potentially being on, some drugs and viscerally speeding. Do you think that more should be, and Victor was a pedestrian in the sidewalk, in the crosswalk, doing the right thing. Do you think that the police enforcement needs to be a little heavier on situations like that? Especially when people are just crossing the street trying to go to work?
Yeah, I definitely think it should be a little tougher. I think it took a little long for him to actually get arrested. We've been waiting and waiting to hear something. We finally got the news. It was a relief.
Now, Erica, we obviously didn't know Victor, but you being his sister, couldn't have known him better. Tell me about, one thing that you very much appreciated about Victor, or maybe a couple things that, that you and Victor shared that were important to you, kind of shedding a good light in his name.
Victor was always a really happy person. I mean, you just couldn't get him down. It didn't matter what was going on in his life. He was always just a ray of sunshine.
Erica, I really appreciate your time. Is there anything else that you think is really important to talk about, whether it's talking about Victor or talking about how your family handled the situation? Anything at all that you think is important that we didn't touch on just yet?
I just think that bringing awareness to drunk driving is a big thing.